Brahman and Sakti are not different. The Janani seeks to realize Brahman. But the ideal of the Bhakta is the personal God, a God endowed with omnipotence and with the six treasures. Yet Brahman and Sakti are, in fact, not different. That which is the blissful mother is, again, existence, knowledge, bliss absolute. They are like the gem and its luster. When one speaks of the luster of the gem, one thinks of the gem. And again, when one speaks of the gem, one refers to its luster. One cannot conceive of the luster of the gem without thinking of the gem. And one cannot conceive of the gem without thinking of its luster. Existence, knowledge, bliss absolute is one, and one only, but it is associated with different limiting adjuncts on account of the different degrees of its manifestation. That is why one finds various forms of God. The devotee sings, "O my divine mother, thou art all these." Wherever you see actions, like creation, preservation, and dissolution, there is the manifestation of Sakti. Water is water whether it is calm or full of waves and bubbles. The Absolute alone is the primordial energy, which creates, preserves, and destroys. Thus it is the same captain, whether he remains inactive or performs his worship or pays a visit to the Governor-General. Only we designate him by different names at different times. Captain. Yes, sir, that is so. Master. I said those words to Kashab Sen. Captain. Kashab is not an orthodox Hindu. He adopts manners and customs according to his own whim. He is a well-to-do gentleman and not a holy man. Master. To the other devotees. Captain forbids me to go to see Kashab. Captain. But, sir, you act as you will. What can I do? Master. Sharply. Why shouldn't I go to see Kashab? You feel at ease when you go to the Governor-General's house. And for money at that. Kashab thinks of God and chants his name. Isn't it you who are always saying that God himself has become the universe and all its living beings? Doesn't God dwell in Kashab also? With these words the master left the room abruptly and went to the northeast veranda. Captain and the other devotees remained, waiting for his return. Accompanied the master to the veranda, where Narendra was talking with Hazra. Sri Ramakrishna knew that Hazra always indulged in dry philosophical discussions. Hazra would say, "The world is unreal, like a dream. Worship, food offerings to the deity, and so forth, are only hallucinations of the mind. The aim of spiritual life is to meditate on one's own real self." Then he would repeat, "I am he." But, with all that, he had a soft corner in his heart for money, material things, and people's attention. Sri Ramakrishna smiled and said to Hazra and Narendra, "Hello, what are you talking about?" Narendra, smiling, "Oh, we are discussing a great many things. They are rather too deep for others." Master, with a smile, "But pure knowledge and pure love are one and the same thing. Both lead the aspirants to the same goal. The path of love is much the easier." Narendra quoted a song, "O mother, make me mad with thy love. What need have I of knowledge or reason?" Narendra said to that he had been reading a book by Hamilton, who wrote, "A learned ignorance is the end of philosophy and the beginning of religion." Master, to what does that mean? Narendra explained the sentence in Bengali. The master beamed with joy and said in English, "Thank you, thank you." Everyone laughed at the charming way he said these words. They knew that his English vocabulary consisted of only half a dozen words. It was almost dusk when most of the devotees, including Narendra, took leave of the master. Sri Ramakrishna went out and looked at the Ganges for a few minutes from the west porch. 2 priests were bathing in preparation for the evening worship. Young men of the village were strolling in the garden or standing on the concrete embankment, gazing at the murmuring river. Others, perhaps more thoughtful, were walking about in the solitude of the Panchavati. It became dark. The maidservant lighted the lamp in Sri Ramakrishna's room and burnt incense. The evening worship began in the 12 temples of Shiva and in the shrines of Krishna and Kali. As it was the first day after the full moon, the moonlight soon flooded the tops of the trees and temples, and touched with silver the numberless waves of the sacred river. The master returned to his room. After bowing to the Divine Mother, he clapped his hands and chanted the sweet names of God. A number of holy pictures hung on the walls of the room. Among others, there were pictures of Dhruva, Prahlada, Kali, Radha Krishna, and the coronation of Rama. The master bowed low before the pictures and repeated the holy names. Then he repeated the holy words. Brahma Atma Bhagavan, Bhagavata Bhakta Bhagavan, Brahma Sakti, Sakti Brahma, Veda, Purana, Tantra, Gita, Gayatri. Then he said, I have taken refuge at thy feet, O Divine Mother. Not I, but thou. I am the machine and thou art the operator. And so on.